Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If all distractions disappeared tomorrow, no social media, no streaming, no alcohol, no weekend escapes, would you still want your life? Or would you panic? Most people don't hate their lives loudly. They tolerate them quietly. They survive Monday to Friday. They scroll to numb. They drink to soften the edges. They call it normal adulthood. But here's the real question. If you constantly need relief from your life, what does that say about the life itself? You don't need better breaks. You need to stop building something you secretly want to escape from. The script you never chose. From childhood, you were handed a blueprint. Study, compete, achieve, climb, accumulate, retire, and maybe then you'll live. Nobody asked if that blueprint fits you. Nobody asked what kind of existence would actually energize you. So you followed it. You collected milestones like trophies, career, income, status, responsibilities. And somewhere along the way, you stopped asking, is this even mine? Because questioning the script feels dangerous. It threatens approval, security, belonging. So instead of changing direction, you increase distraction. But distraction is not rest. It's sedation. And sedation is not living. The real cost. Every choice has a price. But most people only calculate money. They don't calculate life energy. How many hours of your finite existence are traded every month just to maintain your current lifestyle? Not to grow, not to feel alive, just to sustain it. You work to afford the life that requires you to keep working. That's not freedom. That's a loop. And the more complex your life becomes, the more expensive it is to maintain. More possessions, more commitments, more expectations. Every upgrade adds weight. And then you wonder why you feel exhausted. You're not weak. You're overloaded with a structure that doesn't align with you. You're not lazy. You're misaligned. Burnout is often misdiagnosed. People think they lack discipline, or motivation, or gratitude. But what if the real issue is misalignment? When your daily actions contradict your internal values, your nervous system feels it. You shrink. You numb. You fantasize about escape. Not because you're incapable, but because you're living a life designed around external approval instead of internal truth. There's a difference between hard work and self-betrayal. Most people can handle effort. What they can't handle is effort that feels meaningless. Subtraction before reinvention. Everyone thinks the solution is addition. New routine, new goal, new productivity system, new planner, new strategy. But what if the first move isn't adding? What if it's removing? Remove unnecessary commitments. Remove purchases that chain you. Remove social obligations rooted in guilt. Remove noise. Remove comparison. Ask one brutal question. If I eliminated this, would I lose something essential? Or just social validation? Space is powerful, but silence is uncomfortable. Because once the noise disappears, you're left with yourself. And most people don't know who that is anymore. Rebuilding around truth. After subtraction comes intention, not fantasy, not running away, not quitting everything impulsively. Intention. What actually matters to you, not to your parents, not to your culture, not to your LinkedIn profile. What gives you energy instead of draining it? What kind of work feels honest? What kind of relationships feel alive? What pace feels sustainable? You don't need to abandon society. You need to stop unconsciously conforming to it. Because conformity is subtle. It whispers. Be realistic. Don't be difficult. Don't disappoint anyone. But if you build a life everyone approves of and you secretly resent it, who exactly wins? The final prison, approval. Even after simplifying, even after questioning, there's one barrier left. The fear of judgment. What will they think? Will they understand? Will I seem irresponsible? Will I lose status? But here's the hard truth. They don't wake up inside your body. They don't carry your anxiety. They don't feel your emptiness. You do. Approval cannot compensate for misalignment. And the moment you stop seeking permission to design your life differently, something shifts. You stop fantasizing about escape because you're no longer trapped. The real shift. You don't need to move to the woods. You don't need to burn everything down. You need to stop living automatically. Stop surviving toward the weekend. Stop sedating yourself through distraction. Stop trading your life energy for things that don't matter to you. Start building deliberately. Start subtracting courageously. Start choosing consciously. Because once your daily life feels aligned, you won't need to escape it. You'll actually want to be in it. Now I'll ask you something simple. What's one thing in your life you're maintaining purely out of expectation? Write it down. Not for me, for you. Because awareness is the beginning of redesign. And redesign is the beginning of freedom.